TJ, are you a transhumanist? For those of you who don't know what a transhumanist is, transhumanism is the idea that human beings can be improved through augmentation with technology. Like, let's say, the human heart. Like my dad died of a heart attack. You know, he had a very sudden, massive heart attack, and he was pretty much dead on the spot. Like, if it wasn't for modern medical science, we wouldn't even have had the pretense of, like, maybe he'll pull through. He just would have died right there. He pretty much was dead on the scene. They took him to the hospital. They put him on machines that kind of kept him alive for a little while. But maybe there will come a time in the not so distant future when we can build a better heart than the human body is naturally equipped with. And at that point, doesn't it make sense to just say, well, if we can build something better, why not use that instead? And, the same thing could be applied to anything. You know, like, if we could build a better arm, why would you want this arm? If we could build a better, body, you build an entire body, why not? And maybe it's not necessarily building something. Maybe it's through genetic augmentation. Maybe we could figure out a way to make people, 200% smarter, or something like that. We could do that at some point in the future. Why wouldn't we embrace that? I think there's a lot of people, they see the downside, and of course there's, with any new technology, there's always going to be the dystopian vision of, oh, well, what happens if this takes place, and then, everything gets fucked, and it's all for naught, and everyone, like, we equip people with mechanical arms, but then the arms just start doing whatever they want to do, and people are like, oh, I have no control, and the arms, they start killing people and shit. And, what if they start augmenting our brains to make us more obedient and servile? Stuff like that. That's obviously the concern, but I mean, you can't let those sort of concerns hinder progress. You just have to have that discussion, and you have to basically make sure that the technology doesn't fall into the wrong hands, and that you have a populace that's informed about what's going on. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard to keep the American people informed, because right now we live in the information age, but it's also the age of disinformation, where disinformation is around every corner. I mean, of course, disinformation's always been out there, but people used to live in blissful ignorance, whereas now people are saturated with every single opinion on every single thing, to the point where the only natural response is total cynicism towards everything that you hear from any source. That's why people don't trust the media anymore. It's not because the media has become more corrupt in this generation. It's just that now we have so many other sources of information that are giving us contradictory reports, so you can pretty much pick and choose your own reality. And in some ways that's a good thing, but in a lot of ways it's a bad thing, because it basically keeps people from realizing any sort of truth, because no one wants to decide anything. And a lot of times the truths that people do decide on are truths that are patently false and just ignorant. That's why you see so many people that are religious. They want to believe in this fantasy story about a magical man who lives in the sky and cares about their problems. And that's demonstrably false and wrong and stupid. But people don't care, because they can find 100 websites out there that say they're right. Well, far more than 100, but that they can find any number of sources that confirm whatever their hypothesis is about the world. I mean, there's a significant number of people who believe that the Earth has been infiltrated by reptilians from Sirius Major. And come the fuck on.